Hi, my name is Trinh Vu, and I was born in Vietnam, in Saigon, Vietnam, in 1962, and I came to United States in 1980 by boat. I escaped from Vietnam in 1979, arrived in Indonesia, lived in refugee camp for 11 months before America picked us up and took us to America.
Describe your life back in Vietnam. What did your parents do? How many brothers and sisters did you have?
I remember life in Vietnam was peaceful, fun. Uh, I was pretty innocent. I was 14 when my dad passed away after the communists come. He was terrified of what's going to happen to us, and he had a stroke 1 year after communists come in 1975. Life was peaceful. We lived in Saigon, so we pretty much had everything that we wanted. My dad had his own business. He distribute food for domestic animals such as pigs and chickens and ducks. My mom has her own small little business. She sell fabrics, just like Joanne's fabrics here in Vietnam.
Um, how many brothers and sisters did you have? And when and who decided when you were gonna go and escape?
My parents have had 6 kids total, 4 girls and 2 boys. After the communists come to Vietnam, we they came, a year later they came and took confiscate my mom and dad's businesses, and they took away our home, turned us into undeveloped countryside. So losing the business and the home, and my dad was terrified of what would happen to us. Then he couldn't handle it or something. He had a stroke and passed away after 15 days in UC in ICU hospital, and he passed away. So that is the time when my mom said she had to leave the country, because at that time a lot of people were in the same situation. Whoever has some money or have houses that are big enough, the communists will find some reason to come and confiscate your home. And so a lot of people were like escaping uh, by boat.
And when you first escaped by boat, where did you end up first?
Uh, we were floating. We were on a 23 meters boat. They packed the communist, the local communist government, who like they so corrupted. They took our money and to arrange for us to escape the country. So they packed like 400 of us on the boat, and we were floating on the ocean for 7 days. And so finally we landed at in Indonesia, one of the very deserted island. And so we got on the island for um, about 2 weeks before the United Nations know of us. So and came and move us to where they isolate all the refugees.
How
in a
is
bigger
life?
camp.
How is life in the refugee camp?
Life in the refugee camp was really tough. We had nothing. We resourced the food from the ocean, go fishing, go to the kind of like the mountain, the forest to uh, gather the vegetables or weeds or leaves. Um, then we had water. As far as water, we resource from the rains, the stream, the rains for drinking waters and stream to for the shower and stuff. Yeah, it was like unforgettable experience life in refugee camp.
What were people's health conditions?
A lot of people sick. There some people didn't survive. They got so sick. We we were lucky. Only my mom was sick. She got malaria, and luckily we got. I was working at a local, a local grocery market because they were Chinese and I knew Chinese. I was kind of like liaison for the refugee people with the local people. So they hired me. So I got some money. I was able to send my mom to see doctors and get some medication. So she survived, but some people didn't survive. And so we were really lucky. We all came to America as a whole.
Um, where did you arrive in America, and how long did that take?
We lived in the refugee camp for 11 months, and a lot of country came to interview people. Uh, country like Australia, like Belgium, Germany, all different country, and they came and interview, and then whoever they think was suitable to live in their country, then they will pick them up. America will pick up the last batch. We call. We didn't have any family over here. We didn't have any relatives over here. So and my mom, you know, that's probably why my mom wanted to wait for America to come and pick us up, and we got our wishes.
And where did you arrive in America, and where did you live, and how did you get financial support?
Well, we came to America. We came to Los Angeles because we heard that Los Angeles has the most Asian people. So and so hope that's where my mom uh, insists to come, and so she got she had a friend that came before us, came and greet us. So so we came to Los Angeles. We stayed with her friend for a month or so, and they found us a sponsor that went and rented an apartment for us. Um, then we got some help from the government because 4 of her kids were under 18, so the government was able to help with the food stamp program and some housing that helped us with the apartment. And then we at that time, so we got slowly merged into the society. The Me and my sister, who's over 18, we went to college and finished our degree. We were able to go to college because we had some English classes before in Vietnam. We were kind of preparing for ourselves to live in America. So we learn English in Vietnam, and then the younger kids will went to school, and my mom got a job at a sewing shop, and so that's how we slowly um, merge into the society.
When you were first like getting acculturated into the American um, society, how did you get along with your community? Were there any discrimination?
Well, we try to get along or to blend in with the culture here. Of course, the English that we learned was very limited, so we learn more when we come here, get to speak more. But I was 18 at the time, so I pretty much was a kid myself. We didn't have any car. We mostly walk everywhere we go. Walk to school, walk to supermarket, walk to work, or take buses. Um, so there was one incident that really like hit me, is that a lot of young kids, young high school kids, they usually are very mean to like the boat people. So one time they yell out, I was walking home from work, and then they were yelling out, say, go back to where you're from. And so that was really hit me hard, because I was very depressed at the time, not having things, having to, it's difficult life, and here, living in this country, I didn't see the purpose for my life, and having somebody yell at me, a few times on the street like that, and the native people. So I even thought of ending my life, because I didn't find any purpose to be here.
What made you like? How did you come out of that?
Well, I think maturity. But at the time, I carry a lot of responsibility, because my brothers and my mom was older. She didn't speak English, and only me and my older sister were pretty much the one that is leading or taking the driver's seat for the family. So with that weight, the responsibility, I had no choice but keep moving. So then, and then with the maturity, I guess I can, see better in myself what the purpose of my life, and what I have, the blessing I have in front of me, as far as how I want to take the negative comments from outside people. Is how I take it, and I could handle things better, in more mature ways, and that's how I got out of it.
How do you feel like you fit into America?
I fit in fairly well, because you know, I was more open-minded, and I try to keep myself up to date, and get involved with community, with college. I get more involved in making new friends, going to work, making new friends. So I just get myself involved with my surroundings.
How would you describe the kind of happiness you felt when you first arrived to America?
It was really happy. It was a dream come true, a big load lift off my shoulder, because now I don't have to be fearful of the communists coming to knock on the door, and can take any one of us, or take my parent away from me, or me or my sister away, because we were older, and they could have, but for no reason, they could knock on people's door and just take people away, and we don't know where they take them, and they don't know when they're going to return them. And that's one of the most fearful things for most people who live in Vietnam.
Your view of what was your view of America before you came to America, and how has it changed since then?
The view of America to most people in the third world country is heaven. It's heaven because it's freedom. It's heaven because it's the opportunity. Everybody has the equal opportunity here. Not like in the third world country, you can be rich and for generation, you poor for generation. But in America, as long as you work hard, you go to school, you work hard, you will be, your life can be changed. Someday you can get ahead. So everybody in this country has that same opportunity. It doesn't matter where you come from. Doesn't matter.
Do you still believe that?
Yes, I do. I strongly believe that, and I live through that. I know it is happen.
Are you fearful that your traditions are gonna? Do you think you like? What do you think about traditions? Like, how do you keep up with your traditions? Like, with future generations?
Yes, I am concerned about losing the tradition, losing some of the culture. Just like good traditions and good culture, I want to keep and I want to instill in my children, in my younger generation. I do it by sharing with them through the holidays. You know, just talking to them when we are together. I try to any opportunity I can share with them on our culture, our traditions, our beliefs, you know, our habits. I share with my children. So hopefully, you know, through food, you know, so those are the things I feel like I can share.
And what are your visions for the future?
What do you mean?
Like, how do you see the future in regards to the new generations becoming a part of the American culture?
Um, yes, that's is why we're here is for the future generation. So I hope my from what I share with my children that they can take it and uh, live their dream, live their American dream and contribute to the American, to the society, making America a better place for the next generations, helping to share the freedom, the knowledge, the opportunity we have here, you know, and giving back. That's, you know, I want my children to give back. You don't know what the other person is going through, but just giving yourself, uh, you know, giving yourself to the next person, it's a happy thing. It's good to give.
Do you have anything else you want to add on your own?
Um, just counting the blessing, counting your blessing. America is a great place to be at, and I'm very blessed to be in America, my children in America. I feel blessed, and I hope that my children can see the same thing I see, and they can count their blessing too.